Hi, this is Wendy. In the first Crochet for Absolute Beginners, you learned how to make a chain and a single crochet. In this one, we're going to move on to the next most common stitch, which is a double crochet. If you'd like to like and subscribe, you'll be able to join in on more of these videos and improve your crochet skills. So let's jump in. We're going to start with making a chain. In this case, I have 15 chain stitches. So if you'd like to follow along in exactly the same way, find yourself a hook and some yarn. I have a number 4 yarn and a 5mm hook here. But it doesn't matter as long as you have something that's a smooth, light colored yarn that you can easily see your stitches and follow along. So start out by making 15 chains. To make the double crochet, what you're going to do is put your hook under the yarn, and then you're going to insert it into the 4th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, into this 4th one from the hook. Insert it in there, put it under the yarn again, pull up a loop. Now you'll have 3 loops on your hook. And it's called a double crochet because we do 2 stitches at this point. Pick up another loop, pull through 2. 1 more loop, pull through 2. So at this point we have a double crochet here and a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. In many patterns it will say chain 3 and turn, and that chain 3 counts as a double crochet. There are other ways to do it, but for the purposes of this video we're going to keep it simple and traditional and learn to just focus on the double crochet. Okay, so we have to make another stitch that's a double crochet that's this tall in this next chain. So this one was in this chain. We're going to move on to the next chain. Again, first put a loop over your hook counterclockwise. So you're putting your hook in from the front to the back. It's looping around counterclockwise. Keeping that around the hook, insert it into the next chain. Under the yarn, pick up a loop and pull it through. Now you have 3 again. Under the yarn, pick up a loop, go through 2. Under the yarn, pick up a loop, go through 2. There's your double crochet. Try and keep your loops loose enough that you're not having to fight anything. It should slide through easily. Again, pick one up, insert the hook, pick one up, pull it just through the work, not any more loops, just through the chain. Pick up another loop, go through 2, another loop, go through 2. Yarn over, into the work, pull a loop just through the chain, another loop through 2, another loop through 2. So we have this nice row of these tall stitches here with a row of V's across the top. And the one on my hook becomes the V over top of the next stitch. Pick up a loop, into the work, pull one back, pick up a loop, pull through 2, and pull through 2. I'm going to keep going slowly to the end of this row, and then we'll turn and we'll try another row. I've got 2 left right here. Okay, so there we have our row of double crochets. Altogether we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and the chain 3 at the end, so 13. So each of these V's on the top corresponds with the double crochet below it, except for at the end here, the top of this stitch would be this 3rd double crochet or 3rd chain. I'm going to put a stitch marker in there to mark that. Okay, so if you count all the V's, including this top of the chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Now we're going to chain 3 and turn. And remember, a chain is just picking up a loop and going through the loop on your hook. Don't pull it too tight, don't tug on it, it just needs to slide through. And 2 and 3. Now we're going to turn the work clockwise. Now here's where a lot of people get confused and they accidentally add in an extra stitch. These 3 chains that we've just made that takes the place of the first double crochet correspond with this one below it. This V corresponds with this stitch. Okay, so we need to go into the next one, the one that's above the 2nd stitch, and actually it's slightly past the legs of the 2nd stitch. So if you're counting from the top, 1, 2, 3 chains, 4 is the first stitch, we're going to go into this 5th V from the hook. That's the top of the 2nd chain. So loop over, yarn over, go into that V above the 2nd double crochet, pull up a loop and go through 2, pull up a loop and go through 2. So we've done 2 double crochets, the chain 3 one and the actual double crochet. Then we're going to continue across, pick up a loop, go under that V. It's right next to, see this crossways bump here? We're going just past that crossways bump under the V. So in each case we're going just past the bump, that's the corresponding stitch underneath. Pick one up, go through 2, pick one up, go through 2. We're going to continue like that to the end of the row. Just practice. Join me when you get to the end of the row. You can pause the video for a moment. Take your time. Try and make them as even as you can. Yarn over, into the work, pull one just through the work, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Hopefully you're starting to get the hang of it. Drop me a comment if this was helpful to you, or if there's another way I could show you that would be helpful. Okay, so now you see why the stitch marker is important, and I would encourage you to use a stitch marker when you're first starting out to help you keep track. So if I were to stop here and turn around, I'd actually lose a stitch because I need to put one in this last one. Do you see how each of these, it corresponds with the one below, but it's slightly past the one below? So this one goes with this second one down here, and we have to put one more in this turning chain. So one more in the top chain of this chain 3 that we started with. Okay, and if you're a beginner, it's a really good idea to count the first few rows to make sure you've still got 13. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 13 with that turning chain. Then we're going to do the same thing again. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you'd like, you could put your stitch marker in right now to keep track of that top turning chain. Then go around, yarn over, not this one in the base because that's the first one that goes with this first stitch, and we've already done that with our turning chain. We're going to go above this second stitch just past the little bump under the V. Like so. So the turning chain sits right on top of the first one. This double crochet sits on top of the second double crochet, slightly past it. They're offset just a bit. And as you start to get the hang of this, you will see that when you put your hook through, it goes under the yarn. It's just a smooth movement. You grab one and you pull it back. Yarn over, pull one through the work. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, through the work. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. It becomes very smooth, and that's when your tension will start to even out, and you'll get a nice, even, straight piece of work. Now I didn't leave a stitch marker in the end of this one, but if you look at it, you'll see these two are stacked on top of each other. I need one more in this turning chain at the end, in this top part of this turning chain. If you're not sure, count, and if you still need one, do one here at the end. So the last double crochet in the row sits right at the edge of the work. Okay, so here we go. For homework, I'd like you to do several more rows, keep practicing, and you will get the hang of it.